Oh, there you are. I've been looking all over for you. I'm Landon, and I'm the DM. I've been needing to show you another Kickstarter highlight, Lightning Round. There are a bunch of Kickstarters that I want to show to you, but first, I'd like to quickly do some honorable mentions for Kickstarters I meant to highlight, but didn't because I moved into a new house. Sinister Sacrament, Cultist Quick Adventures for D&D 5e, Grey Shade, Dark Fantasy, Novels and RPG, The Exodus of Wolfbane, X Marks the Spot, Tyrical Resources for your 5e game, Architects of the Deep, Quickfire Dungeons, Mystery Dice 2.0, the Kickstarter, Epic Encounters, Local Legends, Traveler's Guide to the Elemental Chaos, Iron Kingdoms, The Nightmare Empire. They are worth checking out to see if any of them are available for pre-order or in a pledge manager. I decided I'd quickly list the campaigns that I'll be covering today. We have Arcanis, A Folklore Bestiary, Masquerade Tarot, The Midnight Ball, Dalor's Guide to Devils and Demons, Til Death Do Us Part, Calls to Action, Monstrous Personas, Humblewood Tales, Whisper and Venom, The Game Master Screen, Steinhardts Guide to the Eldritch Hunt, and Twilight Fables. If any of those 14 Kickstarters sound interesting to you, stick around, give the video a like, and please subscribe. Our first campaign is Arcanis 5e Campaign Setting Runic Edition by Henry Lopez, the revised and expanded edition of the award-winning Shattered Empires campaign setting for 5e. I really like this art right here. The Arcanis 5e Campaign Setting Runic Edition delivers new character options aplenty, new player races, and new takes on old favorites, new types of magic, 13 new cleric aspects, making each one unique, 14 new holy champion orders, and a comprehensive and versatile psionic system. There are new backgrounds, weapons and armor, magic items, combat schools, feats, secret societies, new spells, and so much more. Ready to take your campaign in a new direction? This tome has a wealth of fully developed and thoroughly play-tested material for your campaign, whether set in Arcanis or another setting. So this Runic Edition is the second print run, but includes updates, errata, and clarifications, as well as a bunch of new content. For myself, I'd probably go with the Runes and Magic tier to get the print version of the campaign setting, as well as the Forged in Magic for 80 bucks. I can't seem to find any details on the campaign page about that second book, but there does seem to be 2 additional books, The Disciples of Heresy and Codex of the Mind, as add-ons, which I would probably want as well. Support Henry Lopez and back Arcanis. Next up, I bring you A Folklore Bestiary for 5e and OSE, an RPG monsters book inspired by folktales and superstition. I like both of these covers here, has a fun style to it. From the nerds who bring you Knock magazine, here comes Folklore Bestiary, a 160 pages hardback book full of whimsical, spooky creatures inspired by actual folktales and superstitions. This is a compendium for 5th edition of the game we all know and love, or old school essentials. We've got giants, we've got fairies, we've got weird magical beasts, and we've got more than one titanic beast that'll give the Tarrasque a run for its life. But more importantly, we have the tales these monsters come from. For every one of them, we've included 1 to 3 pages of gameable material, adventure hooks, magical items, spells, dungeons, hex crawls, and more. We all know that for a game master, having an encounter is better than just a monster, but we mush folk are of the opinion that an adventure is better than an encounter. Our bestiary gives you exactly that, enough material to design whole scenarios around each monster. There's a preview PDF available right here for both versions. You should check it out. For a pledge tier, I would choose the €33 5e Merry Mush person to get that hardback and PDF book. Support A Folklore Bestiary on Kickstarter. I'm excited to share this one with you. Masquerade Tarot by Fathom, a 78 cards tarot deck. Also a Fathom product with simple rules to create romantic stories and dark secrets for your characters. I'm familiar with the previous Fathom products, so I'm excited whenever they come out with new stuff. Nights of mystery, passion, and secrets. Souls hidden behind beautiful masks. Masquerade Tarot is a tarot deck of 78 cards, 22 major and 56 minor arcana, with exclusive illustrations with erotic and mystical touches, following the meaning and numbering of the classic tarot. Also, if you're a creator of stories, Masquerade Tarot has a book that explains a system to create romances, secrets, and other details for your role-playing games, novels, and scripts. The book includes rules and tables with which you randomly add incentives to your characters and stories. Here you can see an example of how things will be set up. There's some great artwork as well. If you want the complete Fathom cards collection, you can take this opportunity and get the new expansion, Eastern Winds, a deck that will help you in the creation of your stories set in feudal Japan with fantastic touches, fully compatible with all previous Fathom material, and this shows all of the cards that are included with this expansion. I would likely go with, I think it's the Kubukai pledge here, for 20 euros, about the same in USD, although it would be pretty cool to have that tarot deck for the story stuff as well as that nice art, so I'd probably do that. Fathom is a fantastic creator, and the Fathom cards are just so cool. Definitely support Masquerade Tarot on Kickstarter. Now we have a campaign from the Grinning Frog, The Midnight Ball, recommended for experienced dungeon masters. The invitations have gone out, and as traveling heroes, the party has been invited as guests of honor to the Midnight Ball, an exclusive gathering. Everyone who is anyone will be in attendance, including local aristocracy, landowners, and other high-ranking members of the community. Held in a private mansion, magically shielded from attack and fully staffed, this is a chance for the party to rest from their adventures and meet potential new patrons. Leaving armor, worn traveling boots, and weapons at their tavern, they can dress in their finest frocks and, with a drink in their hand, dance and socialize the night away. The only discordant note, no one can remember when the house was built or who used to live there. This adventure is specifically designed for experienced dungeon masters. They give you the content, the tables, the creatures, encounter maps, and all that, and then give you plenty of flexibility as a DM. This will be a fairly roleplay heavy adventure, although there's no shortage of things to fight. The adventure has unique storyline, layout provides space to record DM prep notes at key points facilitating easy play, complete mini card game included, 20 plus NPCs to meet and engage with, fully described multi-floored 40 room plus location, professional artwork, and brand new floor plan based on 1796 original, new creatures with full stats, creation tables enabling bespoke events. No two run-throughs of this game will be the same. Extensive role-playing, exploration, and puzzles, clues to decipher. To get the printed version, which does have a color cover but a black and white inside, is only £10, about $12 US. To get the PDF as well is £15. Go check out and back The Midnight Ball on Kickstarter. Now we have a digital-only campaign, GrymWyrd Tales, Volume 1, Siblings, by Stoneworks Gaming, Part 1 in an anthology series of dark and strange horror adventure scenarios inspired by old-school gaming and designed for 5e. GrymWyrd is a type of fiction that is so absurdly fantastical as to be existentially horrific, or for something to be so existentially horrific as to be absurdly fantastical. GrymWyrd Tales is GrymWyrd, a fresh expression of the strangest themes found within the gothic, folk, cosmic, supernatural, and body horror genres that blends them together in maddeningly unique ways that will be sure to leave a lasting impression of devastatingly disturbing fun upon your table. This mentions that some of the scenarios may be intended for mature audiences, so keep that in mind. The first volume of GrymWyrd Tales takes players on a pilgrimage of sorts, alongside an odd and eccentric innkeeper who is traveling to his hometown to visit his younger sister. Along the way, players may uncover strange and inconsistent memories regarding the innkeeper's younger sibling, with no way of knowing what exactly they're walking into or who they are traveling with. The players bear witness to moments of frightening madness and horror, but also profound sadness and grief as they travel alongside their new companion and unravel the secrets kept between the two siblings. Again, this adventure is only available in PDF. My choice of tier would be the digital bundle for $10, which also gets you Volume 0, The Lights of Winthrop Manor. This seems like an easy back for a GrymWyrd adventure. Dalor's Guide to Devils and Demons by Daniel James is our 6th campaign, a tome of fiendish design filled with devils and demons for your 5e D&D campaigns. Why hello there, I see you've come to learn a thing or two about the fiendish spirits that skulk and scheme across the realms, the violent demons and twisted devils that haunt cities and sprawl throughout the countryside. Well, you've come to the right place, for Dalor has a thing or two to tell you, so open your ears before the violent creatures take them from you. It's a dangerous world out there, best be prepared. Here are some sample pages for you to check out right here. This tome contains 10 devils, 8 contracts, 10 demons, 4 cultist tribes, 10 relics, 8 maps. There are also some digital tools like tokens, VTT maps, print and play cards, and printouts. I would definitely choose the Physical Fiend for 20 Australian dollars, about 14 US, to get the PDF and the print on demand code from Drive-Thru RPG. There are a few extra books available as add-ons that I would likely want as well, make sure to check out the Kickstarter for yourself. Morris and EN Publishing bring us another quick starter, Til Death Do Us Part, Adventures with Heart for 5e. 4 5e adventures guaranteed to tug at your player's heartstrings, plus 17 other 5e booklets. Are you looking for adventures to put in your 5e games that tug at your player's heartstrings? This 35-page softcover book includes 4 adventures and a plug-in event suitable for characters to play through as they level up throughout a campaign, including a village suffering from a magical summer of love, a charismatic vagabond's indiscreet past catching up with him, a hopelessly infatuated spirit of winter, and more. In this book, you'll find a royal wedding, the business of emotion, the trade of bride and pride, cold love. If you happen to miss any of the previous quick starters, of the 17, they have tiers for catching up. I would choose the softcover tier for £20, 24 bucks. It's always fun to see a quick starter from Morris, so please check it out. Now we have Calls to Action, Extraordinary Party Backgrounds for 5e by Doug Lewandowski. PDF only supplement to give players connections between their PCs and giving GMs story hooks to start your campaign. Seems like quite a simple Kickstarter at a small price. One of the toughest parts of GMing in 5e is the first few sessions. The PCs don't know each other, and other than wanting to move the story forward, they don't always have a great reason for working with others or going on the adventure you set out for them. Once the PCs are bonded and have a collective sense of purpose, their interactions get richer and the story gets deeper. To jumpstart that process, we present you with a collection of party backgrounds to establish a shared history that the characters have, to forge connections between them, and give the GMs story hooks connected to those backgrounds. Right from the start of your session 0, each of these backgrounds contain 4 questions to help flesh out the background, which can be either rolled on or answered by the players. 3 questions for each player of how their character specifically interacts with the background. 10 bonuses that you can use with the characters to reflect a special talent that they've cultivated because of their background. 4 skills that they can choose based on their shared background. 10 questions for characters to choose from or roll to establish connections between the characters. 5 questions for GMs to flush out details of those backgrounds that the PCs aren't privy to yet. 8 story hooks that could serve as a first adventure for the group, all of which related directly to that specific background. To get those 12 party backgrounds only cost $5. If you are going through a hard financial time, you can actually get them for $1. For $8, you also get the 8 raised by backgrounds, so I would go for that tier. Definitely check this out. Moving right along, Monstrous Personas for 5th edition role-playing by Miguel Colin, not sure how to say your name. Welcome to a new rules supplement for 5e, which provides a new subsystem for fusing with monsters and using their powers. In these pages, you will find uses for monsters that have either been long deceased or recently slain by your players. Spirits left behind by fallen monsters become available as resources for your players and NPCs alike, as templates to grant them new abilities. Within the pages of these books, we examine 30 monsters, each with art crafted by Phil Stone. See their effects when their spirits are absorbed, causing a transformation which allows others to utilize powers and abilities that the base creature had access to in life. I like this art, although some coloring would definitely move it up for me. I think a few of my players would definitely show interest in using monstrous parts and gaining power through that. I would choose the $19 reward for the softcover print on demand. The printing is done through Drive-Thru RPG, and those printing and shipping costs will be paid later on that website. You definitely want to go and get this book by backing the campaign. A sequel to the successful Humblewood campaign setting, Humblewood Tales for 5e by Hitpoint Press, a collection of animal adventures, lore, monsters, and more for 5e. What tales will you tell? I was lucky to be sent the previous book by the great people at Hitpoint Press, and I can say that we can expect to see the same level of high quality. 5 new adventures, 30 plus new magic items, 30 plus monsters and NPCs, 3 new subclasses, join the Tender's Guide to Elderheart, and much more. Humblewood Tales is a 5e adventure book featuring expanded lore from the everyday happenings and events around the mystical tree city, Alderheart. With over 200 pages, the book has everything you need to play, including pre-made characters, bestiary, and more. Look at all this stuff that's available, and all of this beautiful art. I would definitely want the hardcover book, $50 for that tier, and also those fold-out maps. Don't hesitate on this one. Back Humblewood Tales. Not too many left now. Whisper and Venom, dark fantasy adventure for 5e and OSE by Necromancer Games. Otherworldly energy seeped into the distant Whisper Vale. Unseen, it channeled an unknown force and broke the barrier between worlds. That is really cool art. Can you hear the murmurs? Do you sense the danger? Whisper and Venom, the acclaimed adventure setting, is being resurrected and expanded for 5th edition and old school essentials. Originally released in 2013 by Necromancer Games, very own Zach Lazar, under his publishing adventure, lesser known, Whisper and Venom's success was a surprise to everybody, especially its author. After many years of disingenuous promises, Whisper and Venom is here, and it's bigger, better, and more beautiful than ever. No, really, it is. Whisper and Venom is a setting and adventure located in the Whisper Vale, an isolated community of insular villages beset by an outside supernatural force and hardships of their own making. Whisper and Venom is an epic adventure designed to be deadly for parties of 48 Tier 1 characters, henchmen available but not included, and useful to players, game masters, and referees. The adventure and setting are designed for use with your 5th edition or old school Essentials fantasy role-playing games. I would choose the 5e hardcover tier for $50 myself. Go and support the Necromancer Games Kickstarter today. If you are, or if you know a DM, you should check out this GrymWyrd Kickstarter, the Game Master screen. This modular, solid wood screen is packed full of features to make it not just a wall, but a gateway to endless possibilities. I think it looks pretty cool. The Game Master screen system features 2 different panels, the standard panel and the display panel. These can be organized and connected however you like, with as many panels as you need. Both variants feature heirloom quality, solid wood construction, and magnets for increased functionality throughout. But where are the magnets? We've learned some new tricks over the past few years, and the magnets are actually hidden inside the wood, holding the panels together with nothing visible, but beautiful solid wood. No ball bearings, no jarring visual disruption in the design, no headaches figuring out the right polarity, just an easy, intuitive system that will look and work great, however you choose to use it. The GM facing side of both the standard panel and the display panel features a magnetic note bar along the top where you can easily affix a jotted down observation or a off-the-cuff idea, so you can return to it when you need to. Magnetic pins are an add-on, but that's only the beginning. Talking about some of the features that are available, the acrylic frames are in half and full sizes, mag plates again in half and full sizes, master trackers, backwards compatible with the previous tracker system, with the player and monster trackers in half and full, the half-size conditions, and the full-size legendary foe tracker. The tablet tray is a good space to have your tablet be an unintrusive part of your screen. That's really cool. There's even a 2-way dice tower for doing public and private rolls. The top is fitted for their initiative trackers. You can use the link here to build your screen and calculate your pledge. I would probably do 3, maybe 4 solid panels in cherry. I could find uses for most of the accessories, but I already have a hanging initiative system that I've made. Definitely worth checking out. Support GrymWyrd in their campaign today. The next to last campaign is Steinhardts' Guide to the Eldritch Hunt, a 5e supplement by Monkey DM, a Soulsborne and Lovecraft-inspired setting for D&D 5e. Fight nightmarish monsters, survive the madness, and join the hunt. An eldritch moon draws near. It's going to be a long hunt tonight. Here's what's inside. All new madness system with over 100 insane flaws and boons. Unique lunar phase mechanic with 8 world-altering moons. 4 grimdark adventures, 12 plus twisted race options, 15 plus nightmarish subclasses, 20 plus fully illustrated trick weapons and expanded firearms, 50 plus macabre monsters, fallen comrades, and spawns of the old ones. One surefire way to craft a bloody gothic adventure with your friends. Steinhardts' Guide to the Eldritch Hunt is a 350 plus page grimoire fusing Soulsborne and Lovecraftian inspirations. Enhance your 5e game with nightmarish monsters, eldritch moons, and an ever-looming threat of madness. Create an unforgettable narrative as you lay waste to eldritch spawns with an arsenal of trick weapons, blasphemous magic, and twisted player options. Look at all the stuff that's available in this campaign. I have to say, the art for this campaign seems super on theme and just great. I would definitely get the hardcover book for $60, but there are a lot of awesome add-ons. I might be persuaded to go with a higher bundle. This is an awesome campaign that you definitely should check out for yourself. Finally, we have Twilight Fables by Rod Wabel. Sorry if I said your name wrong. A 5e supplement book bringing the original folklore and mythology into your game with new creatures and PC options. The creatures that went bump in the night and the stories told to our parents about the supernatural world were not all fluffy, colorful, and had a happy ending. Historical folklore and fairy tales were often dark and deadly to the unwary or innocent. Twilight Fables brings this lore and creatures from mythology and folklore into your 5e game. Included are more than 200 creatures, new options for PCs, dozens of magical artifacts, an adventure path campaign, and more. This also has a warning about the content may be for more mature audiences, so careful there. Clicking this button here will get you the free preview PDF, so check that out. I like that they have all this art just here in a pile just to check out. Since I'm in the US, I would be choosing the Royal Guard tier to get the physical hardcover book. That is $65. Now, that may seem a little bit high, but if I read this right, then it is also including the shipping in that pledge amount. Show some support to the Twilight Fables on from Kickstarter. And that was another Kickstarter Highlight Lightning Round. I hope among the creators and campaigns, you were able to find something you liked. If you did, give me a like and tell me which you liked below. If you like what I do, give me a subscribe and turn on that notification bell. You know, all that YouTube stuff. If you have any suggestions of campaigns or different kinds of videos you would like to see, let me know. Links to all the campaigns mentioned are in the description, and I'll try and have a pinned comment as well. I'm Landon, and I'm the DM, and I will see you at the next Kickstarter.